obviously a lot of people were watching the news, and we predicted two things in the run-up to Christmas. One, that this guy, before he went, he was definitely up for of trying a coup, and people feedback we were getting was, they're a bit over the top. A lot of Americans thought we were talking for our arse, and we also predicted that we'd be in lockdown in the UK by around about the 5th or 6th of January. Once in a while it would be good if we were right about something good. We're always right, and it's always something bad. So the news yesterday was very, very difficult to watch for me, and I'm sure you felt the same. It felt surreal, and to capture that, we're just going to show you a clip, and this is an ex-Fox News presenter who's literally freaking out when all of this started to play out yesterday.
Think of this. It's a Wednesday afternoon in Washington. The Senate is in session to process the peaceful transition of power. The President of the United States is tweeting, "Stop the steal," and then tweeting, "Stand down." And as this is underway, we do not see or hear from the President of the United States. It is unthinkable in the history of America that A, the Capitol would be taken over and occupied by the people, and certainly that B, the President of the United States will not have anything to say about it. He is at the White House. He is inside the people's house. These are his supporters who've come to this event today where he spoke to say, we don't accept this transfer of power, where the president has said, I will not concede in the peaceful transfer of power, which is an example to the entire world. And now his followers have overtaken the people's halls, and we have not heard from the president. Where are we as a nation? We have witnessed this road of refusal to accept reality, of lie after lie after lie about the state of play in America, the lies about fraud, the lies about dead people voting, lie after lie after lie that have created this mob that believes that the government has been overtaken, that the election was fraudulent. The president allows it to go on. And when they literally overtake Capitol Hill, we don't hear from him. Had you parachuted in after a trip to another planet, this would be absolutely unbelievable. The Capitol has been overtaken, and the president is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, it's hard to get your head around it.
The Capitol has been overtaken, and the president is nowhere to be found.
Well, we knew where he was earlier on in the day, because we'll have footage that shows that later, but he started this. I mean, when you talk about incitement, there are different laws. Sometimes with Britain and the UK, with Britain and America, you have different laws. And quite a lot of the laws, if you looked at it as a Venn diagram, a lot of the laws are very similar, and incitement is very similar here as there. All you've got to do is give instructions that are likely to cause people to commit criminal offences. You don't have to instruct them and go to... If I tell some people, go to Paul Ripley's house and set fire to his garage, that's clear cut. Yeah. But it doesn't have to be that clear cut. If I tell them all these bad things you've done, make them really angry and go, I think you should go and pay him a visit at his house and make him aware you're not happy. I'm not telling them to do anything, but the likelihood is they're going to do something bad, and I will be responsible for starting that chain of events off. I don't see how you can't say Trump didn't cause yesterday.
Well, it's clear. It was absolutely clear. Not only in his speech, but his tweets. And in reality, the last 2 years and the last 12 months has been doubling down on it. Yeah. He's been talking about this date now for 3 months.
He has. He's been fixated on it. He was at first fixated on the Electoral College meeting in December. Yeah. He keeps moving the goalposts, doesn't he? First he was fixated on winning the election. Then he was fixated on trying to gerrymander and mess about so that the results were scuppered and the counts were stopped. And then he then fixated on the Electoral College on the 16th of December. When that didn't go right, he then starts getting onto all the governors, and the latest one that we've not even got time to really cover is he phoned up Georgia and basically held them to ransom and said, please find 11,500 votes so I can flip it.
What absolutely amazes me though is for all this period of time is the fellow Republicans have let him get away with it.
Yeah, they have.
Let him get away with it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let him get away with it.
Yeah.
And people, it's gotten so crazy that when it's not so crazy, you just ignore it.
Yeah.
It's another world of this Trump world which people have bought into, and our country leaders have bought into this world as well.
Yeah.
And that's another show, another week.
You see, you can't keep feeding these people with these people that he's been targeting. He's got them at a point when they're angry with their lot in life, and then when he came along 5 years ago, they're angry because things are bad, things are difficult, the economy's hard, the jobs are bad, their prospects are not what they used to be. No. And this is not the first time that someone has come along and then, like Mussolini in Italy and Hitler in Germany, they come along and they go, you're unhappy because of, and he blamed immigrants. Yeah. And he started the whole thing. He gave them someone to hate, someone to blame, the same way that the Jewish race were used by Hitler. And this is what he did, and he stoked this and fed it, and he's fed it for years, and then finally along the way he's turned it into an us versus them, where it's not just the immigrants now, there is us and them on the right and left of politics. And then he even managed to make political a bloody pandemic, so that if you were wearing a mask, that meant you were a Democrat. Thank you for watching. I'm impressed. You've passed the IQ test and got this far, so let's press that button to do the last thing that helps us. It's got subscribe on it, you can't miss it, and please ring the bell for notifications of future videos.